everyone, welcome to the Teacher's Time Off with Adora. Hi there, welcome back to the Teacher's Time Off with Adora. My name is AdoraI Igunma, if you do not know, and you are welcome. I welcome you. Thank you so much for coming back to my YouTube channel. I appreciate you. Okay, so if you're an old subscriber, I want to say thank you very, very much for choosing to come back to this channel. It means that you want to learn something new. And if you are a new subscriber, you are welcome. I'm blowing confettis for you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you have not subscribed, just take time out right now to subscribe now. Just click on the subscribe button, click, click, and ensure that you click on the all button or the bell button till you see the parentheses around it. This just means that you'll be able to see notifications when I post new videos or when I go live. But I want to say welcome, welcome, and welcome again. So today I'm going to be taking you straight off to another software. I'm going to be using Zoom to record this video because I have to screen record. Why am I going to do that? Because I want to show you some tech tools that you can use for assessment. Tech tools, 10 of them, 10 tech tools that you can use for assessment. Now I'm going to be breaking the video into two parts so that you don't get overwhelmed. I'm going to be doing part 1 and part 2. So part 1 will be up by the time you see this video, and then part 2 is going to be up next week right here on my YouTube channel. So ensure you don't miss it. I'm going to be taking you through how you can use these tech tools in your classroom to ensure that your assessment game is on a 100. Okay, so I'm going to be taking you into the websites or the softwares to just see how it works and which one you can use in your classroom regardless of the level, or in case you just want to know tech tools at hand that you can apply immediately. And immediately you see these tech tools, please ensure that you share and ensure that you stay till the end. Do just come in and say, it's just this and that. Just stay till the end. Learn it now so that you can start using them now and you can get them ready before the school year resumes. For those in Nigeria, for those that have already resumed the school year, you have something that you can use in your classroom, to ensure that your assessment game is on point. So I'm going to be leaving you now, and the next place you're going to be seeing me is right on Zoom, where I'm going to be recording my screen so that you can see some of these softwares. I'm going to be sharing applications like Google Docs, Google Forms, and some of these other softwares like Slido, Mentimeter, and how you can apply these applications or use these applications with your assessment strategies in your classroom. See you soon. So I'm just going to record my screen right now. I just want to record, and then before I share my screen so that you see what I have in store for you. So welcome. This is Zoom right now, and I'm using to record. I'm going to be sharing 5 tools first, and later I'm going to share 5 other tools with you. So ensure that you check them, check this week's tools and check next week's tools as well. So I'm going to share my screen now. Just give me a moment. Give me a moment for me to share my screen. So this is going to be like a class as well. So just stay tuned till the end. I'm gonna share my screen in a bit. But how are you doing? How is everything? How has everything been with you? My volume was actually low, so I'm glad that I took note of that right now, or else it would have been so painful to have done a full video with the video so low. But I'm going to share my screen now. Okay, let me start talking. So my first tool, the first thing I'm going to be sharing is Google Docs, how you can use Google Docs for assessments and how you can use it for giving feedback, how you can use it to grade, to ensure that you're able to give quick feedbacks immediately. So this is your Google Docs. First of all, you need a Gmail account. If you don't have a Gmail account, ensure you have a Gmail account to do that, because once you have a Gmail account, it's easier for you to have access to all of these things, right? And so what I do sometimes is just go to Google Docs, via Google, right? So I just click on Google Docs, right? And it takes me to Google Docs, okay? And it brings me here. Or if I'm already in a Google, maybe my mails, right? I just click on this three, is it three? Sorry, this is 9. This 9 square thingy there. I just click on it and then that's what I do. Just want to clear that drawing. Fine. So after that, I click here and it just shows me all of what Google has. Google Search, Google Business, YouTube, and all of that. So if you come here, you can see your Google Docs, you can see Google Sheets. You can also see Google Forms and a lot more from Google, right? So I'm going to be using Google Forms as well, so I'm going to teach you that. Now in Google Docs, there are templates. You can have your resumes and all of those. But anyway, you can say I have many documents there, but that's not our concern for today. So you just click on blank document, right? Click on blank document. This is how you can use it as a teacher. If you're trying to teach your students as well, this is how they can use it. But we are looking at assessments. That means your students would have done something in Google Docs already, and you want to just give feedback, right? You want to give feedback. I'm not going to be going all in depth. I just want to show you ways that you can leverage these tech tools and to make your life easier. So especially for English teachers that give essays, or some teachers that ask their children to give reports and all of those things, Google Docs is a great place to use. And also if you want to have like an e-journal or e-logbook for your students where they come in to put in their assignments or have, checklists and all of those things, Google Doc is a great place for your students to do all of those great things, right? So in here, you just have the title of the document, maybe Adora's report. Report, and you come here and then there's like, I'm just going to do something funny. A, B, C, D, J, K, L. All right, so and then you do Control C, that's copy pages, and you have that, right? And so you want to have, this is the essay that your student has written, right? You want to give feedback. You want to go through. First things first, you can add a comment right here. That's why I said you can give feedback. Oh, looks great, but you can, don't forget your sandwich method when you're giving feedback. Give the good stuff, then what they need to work on and how they can go about it. So comment. So when your student comes in here, they'll be able to see what you have, the comments that you have left for them. Okay, now ensure that it's in editing mode as well. So when your students are sharing, ensure that they share with you as an editor. So when you click on the share button, you can see it's restricted, so nobody can work on this document, but anyone with the link, right? And not just as a viewer, but as an editor, right? So an editor can make edits or can come in as a commenter where the person just puts only comments in there. The person is not editing. The person can come as a viewer. The person is just, going through, that's it, period. But you want to come in as an editor here so that you can walk, drop comments and make, I don't know, edits if you want to, but I don't think you should be making the edits. It's just to view and make comments. So if you want to do as well, so you can come here and suggest, ensure you're suggesting edits. So wherever you go to, for instance, and I come here and I click space. So it's going to show the edit that I made, replace A with capital A and add space, right? Those are 2 edits that I've made right now. And so your students can know, oh, I was meant to start with a capital letter, or I was meant to add a space here. They can see it and they can also reply as well. So those are very, very important things. So you can also come here and look at notes. You can look at notes, you can look at tasks that they can look at tasks that they have to do here as well. So I think it's a very, very useful tool, right? Google, the whole of Google, every application in Google is very useful. I've shared that as well. My productivity tools, most of them are Google tools, like Google Calendar, my alarms, my to-do list, all of those things are all on Google. And these are ways that you can help your students be on a 100, right? When talking about assessment, even apart from assessment, you can just help your students just have a productive life, no matter their ages, right? So the next one I want to share right now is Google Form. Please give me a moment. I want to just ensure that I am live, and I want to be sure that I am live. Yes, I am still live. I just want to be sure I'm still live. Okay, so let's look at Google Form, right? Google Form does a lot, guys. I can't even go all the way, but it does a lot. So you can come to Google Form to create assessments. You can have multiple choice. You can have you can have check boxes, right? You can have linear scales, drop downs. They can upload, students can upload their files, right? Their folders. Here they can give short answer responses or extended written responses here, which is very, very important. And funny enough, you know that when you set exams here on Google Form, your students, you can keep track of your students, like their videos can be on while taking the test, and you can time the test as well. There's a way to do that. So it is very, very robust. But then when you come to your settings, you can ensure that your questions are not just questions, but they are quizzes. So you're not taking surveys. You want to ensure that they are quizzes, right? So here you just assign values immediately. So if you set your questions, right? Excuse me. If you set your questions, you want to ensure that they have points, right? So, and you want to know when to release those points. If it's immediately after they submit, you know, I got 3 or I got 100, or if it's later, right, where you sent their emails. You want respondents to see their answers, correct answers, points, values, and all of those things. Also, manage how responses are collected. You want to collect their email addresses, very important. That's if you want a later date for their to give their points or their results, right? And then how you can show progress by like how far they've gone in answering the questions, right? So if there are like 7 pages of the quiz, so you want to have like a progress bar that shows that you've done 1 of 7, 2 of 7, and all that. Then shuffle questions. So if you have maybe 5 questions, the way question 1 to 5 appears in AdoraI's own will be different from the way question 1 to 5 appears in Tolu's own, right? And at the end of it, you want to have your confirmation message where once they've clicked submit, that's what they will see a message that will pop up like, oh, well done, or, you know, wait back to see your score or something, and all of those things. Then responses, you come here to see the responses that have been given to you by the students. Ensure that you collect their names so that you're able to know the students that answered what questions. You can give a theme, you know, textile, and you can preview and all of those great things. You can, you know, there's a lot that you can do. You can also, when you come to send, if you want to share the form, you can either send via email or have a link, or you can embed in a particular, in another application, another website. Are we together? So yes, I just want to share some of these things because I know that some of us already know these things. So, but I'm not going to assume that we all do, and I'm trying as much as possible to remind us that we can use these things rather than doing pen on paper. We can leverage tech for assessments as well. Okay. So Let's go to Kahoot. I particularly love Kahoot, guys. I don't know. I don't know who is like me, but I love Kahoot. Love, love Kahoot. I love Kahoot. It's super duper duper. It's beautiful. It's kid friendly, it's children friendly, student friendly. I love it. You can see I've done, some of my work here when I was when I was in the classroom last year. I did some of my quizzes here. So on Kahoot, you can create quizzes, you can create courses here. So you can create a Kahoot. A Kahoot is the game. You can create a game that your students can be a part of, or you can create slides. Like I said, I'm not going deep into it. You can come back to learn. I just want to tickle your fancy, or or just motivate you to come here to learn about these things yourself. That's why you're a teacher. I'm just exposing you to these things. You also need to come back to learn. So to create courses, you can come here, add a title, there's everything you need to do right here in Kahoot. And we can see examples of some of Kahoot's. These are questions that have been done by other teachers. You have where you can see what other people have done with other subjects. In other subjects, I mean, you can see some of these things, right? You can see Microsoft, NASA. These are partners, and these are people that have used Kahoot, right? So we can see all of these great things. They also have a library here, which shows you your Kahoots, which shows you your courses, your purchase items. I can't put anything yet because I haven't had the need to. You can also see reports, right? From the Kahoots. You can see people that won, people that, their scores and all that. You can see the groups and all of these things. So let's move. The fourth one is Edpuzzle. Edpuzzle is really, really good. I really liked it when I checked it. So I first came across it when I was taking a course. I just got a certificate by finishing a UNESCO course in partnership with the Mahatma Gandhi Education Initiative. And I saw this tool and I was wondering what tool did they use to make this? And I found out that it was Edpuzzle. So Edpuzzle, in Edpuzzle, the great thing is that you can make your own videos, or you can bring in videos from YouTube, in the sense that you can make your videos and upload to YouTube, or you can bring already made YouTube videos and create quizzes in between the videos. So in the sense that you can like record your voice and say, okay, we are about to I'm going to share you one of the ones that I saw that I really liked. We're about to do this, and show you. Pay attention, watch the videos, and at the stop, answer the question, right? So I'm going to show you something. Let's see. It's an example of one that has been done by an teacher. This is a TED Ed video that was used, right? So we can see the students here, and the number. So these drops mean the number of questions. The drops mean the number of questions on, or maybe there was a recording. So see video event, you can see multiple choice. I hope you can see it. You can see multiple choice, open-ended. So there are different assessment methods right here that you can put in between videos for students to watch. And it's really, really nice, guys. It's really nice. So let's see. Excuse me, please. So let's see. Yours is just so the students just go in, they play the video. And at the drop, you can see the question: what is an epoch? A unit of geologic time, an exciting story, right? So what they do is that they just submit, and you can see 100 out of 100. Their score is there, right? And they can skip. If they skip, that means they didn't do the test. or they rewatch and do the test again. This is a great formative assessment tool, and you cannot afford to snooze on this tool. It's very, very powerful, very, very powerful. Helps students concentrate more, and it helps students learn. So if they don't learn the first time, maybe they fail the question, they have to rewatch it again and ensure they get that question. So it sticks more, right? So this is a very great tool. Now the fifth one for this video, the last one, is Genuinely. Genuinely is a very nice tool that I started using as well. You can use to make slides, you can use to make quizzes, you can make interactive images from it. Oof, so powerful. So the way you can use it to create assessments is by so you can add different tools. So they have different templates. They have different templates in Genially, and this is an example of a template that you can use to create a quiz. So here's a group from the next song. Let's go. Maybe they were playing this song in the background, and the best song of this, and you just click on this and you click the answer, and they're like, oh no, you failed it, that kind of thing. All of these things, you can do all of these things in Genially. There are different templates. So you can see, I'm going to show you the template of how you can use this. Like I said, I'm going to give you written. I'm just exposing you to these tools. I'm not taking in depth so that the videos are not too long as well. So I just want you to see them. So we can see in Genially, you have interactive elements where you have buttons, right? And these buttons these buttons are interactive, so you can make sure that the buttons do something, right? So for example, this button here, to make it interactive, you go to interactivity. It can be a tooltip, a window. So tooltip, if you hover over the button or the button, I'm trying to get my button right. So if you hover over this particular one, this for tooltips, it just shows what you wrote there. But if it's a window, you click on it and it opens. If you go to another page, you can link another page. So when students click on that particular button, it takes them to another page on the YouTube page. The link as well does the same thing. Full screen, it just expands and makes a full screen. And for audio, it plays, a voice recording, which is very great to interact with your students when you have like slides already made for them. So you can come here to just create something great. And hopefully if you tell me to go ahead and show you how to work with it, I'm more than pleased to do that. Okay, we have gone through from Google Docs to Google Form to Kahoot to Edpuzzle and to Genially. I hope I have been able to help you. I'm going to run out of Zoom now so that I don't take much of your time, but I hope you've enjoyed seeing these tools. They're very simple tools that you can use like ASAP. So it's not something that you say, oh my God, I don't know how to use the internet. It's so complicated. It's not complicated. They are very easy tools that you can use. It's just dependent on you and the time that you choose to give to learning how to leverage these tools in your classroom. It's going to help you a lot and change a whole lot of things. It's also going to make assessment more fun because most of these tools are interactive. So for Google Docs, you can be there right there editing, and your students can be there as well. So you can have written communication. You can be on the phone, your students on the phone, and you're working together on one document. So it's very beautiful and it's brilliant. All right, I hope to see you next week. Don't forget the part 2 is going to drop next week. I'm going to record part 2 for next week so that you have 10 assessment tools that you can use in your passion. Hi there, welcome back to my other camera, my phone camera. Okay, so I have come to the end of part 1. Don't forget that part 2 is going to be up next week, Tuesday, where I'll be sharing 5 other tech tools that you can use for assessment. And don't forget, it's not just assessments alone, but also to improve your instruction and to ensure that you have a fun and engaging lesson throughout next school year or throughout the school year, or even when you have presentations as an adult, maybe when you go for conferences or you have to make presentations in your school, these tools will most definitely help you engage with your audience on a new level. So tell me in the comments which tools you have tried out before, which ones you have not tried out, which ones you're willing to try out, and what these tools can do apart from what I have mentioned. If I did not mention what, if I didn't mention this in my video, so if I didn't mention anything, any function of a particular tool, and you know that function, please share it in the comments so that other teachers can learn as well. I am really appreciative of you, but before you go, ensure you like, ensure you comment, ensure you share, ensure most importantly that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, do that now. Click, 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 click. I'm waiting. Okay, ensure that you click. Do not forget to also share with your colleagues, share with friends. All these tools are important, not just for teachers, by the way. It is very important for every person. As far as you know that you are going to be a visionary or a global change maker, you're going to need these tools. Okay, I remain Adora Iguma, and I will see you next week Tuesday with part 2. Okay, have a great week, and don't forget to do what I've asked you to do. In case you forgot before, I'm going to remind you again. Subscribe right now. Bye bye.